it'll probably be quite a celebratory conference in the sense that TUV now has representation at all levels. Myself here in Westminster, Timothy Gasson doing a remarkable job in Stormont, and our councillors laying a good foundation in the local government. So I think there will be quite an upbeat spirit, but the message that will come from me is not new in the sense that I'm going to continue to beat the drum about the protocol, because unless and until we get rid of this protocol, our union is diminishing day by day. And as someone who cares about that union and wants to bring strength, not weakness, to that union, then of course that is my primary focus and will continue to be. And I think the telling and overriding thing with TUV is this: it is TUV that brings strength to the union. Others have brought weakness by rolling over to become protocol implementers, whereas TUV has always told the truth about these issues. When the DUP, for example, told us they got rid of the Irish Sea border, that was a lie. And the TUV rightly called them out on that, and will continue. And the big self-inflicted damage on unionism came the moment the DUP decided to give up the fight, go back into Stormont to implement the very thing they said they wouldn't implement, namely the protocol on the Irish Sea border. And that was a fatal mistake by the DUP. And unless until that's rectified, then unionism is not going to recover.
Do you think, though, that it's worth, as you're obviously having criticisms of the DUP going into Stormont and, as you say, implementing the protocol, is it worth Timothy being there then? Is it worth Timothy being in those institutions if that's how they're working?
Oh, Timothy's not in government, so Timothy's not an implementer. Timothy's a challenger, and a very fine challenger he is, and I'm delighted with how he's doing. Very important that TUV is there, and I believe that the next election, being the Assembly election, that we will reap the benefits of that, because people will see that it is TUV that brings strength to the union. It is TUV which can be relied upon to speak up when others are far too silent.
You talk about tackling the issues with the protocol, that being your priority, but for some people, Jim, in Northern Ireland, they will look at the NHS as a priority, they will look at the cost of living as a priority. Should that not be where your focus should be?
Well, unless you fix the union, then you won't have a National Health Service, because the National Health Service is part of the union. If the union is slipping away from us, then so too will the National Health Service. So the fundamentals have to be right. But yes, of course, people have concerns. I deal with them daily as a constituency MP of people's difficulties with the health service. But Stormont has been fixing the health service for 10 years and more. And it's just got worse, not better. So any unity would have to be on a basis of agreed policy. So what would the policy be on the protocol? That we're going to implement it, or we're going to oppose it? You can only have a lasting unity if it's built on the firm foundations of agreed policy. But I do think there's scope for unionists of whatever party who do see the issues about the protocol to cooperate. And I must say, here, we have done some of that. All the unions supported my mutual enforcement bill. All the unions tomorrow have signed an amendment I have to the tobacco and vaping bill to ensure that it applies to Northern Ireland, because at present it won't, because of the supremacy of EU law. So there are issues upon which we could cooperate. I would like to see a more practical and visible cooperation in a sort of unionist caucus of parliamentarians who are dedicated to upending the protocol and all its machinations. What's the policy going to be in the protocol? Implementers or we opponents? What's the policy going to be on being Sinn Féin's bridesmaid? We're going to sustain Sinn Féin, who have no desire to see Northern Ireland succeed in government, or not. So those are the policy issues. The union has been significantly diminished by the protocol. What is our union? It's a political union set up by Article 3 of the Acts of Union, one parliament for one kingdom. It's an economic union set up by Article 6 of the Acts of Union, free and unfettered trade between and within all parts of the United Kingdom. And that latter has been put, according to the Supreme Court, correctly, in suspension. Legally that is right, because the protocol has given supremacy to the EU put us in an air customs code which agrees GB, a foreign country, and its goods must be checked coming into what's regarded as EU territory, namely Northern Ireland. So all of those are weakeners of the Union. So I couldn't look any unionist in the eye and say the Union is strong or the Union is safe. The Union has been weakened. And what really grieves me is weakened in large measure by self-infliction from Unionists who have pretended they fixed it when they lied about fixing it, when they lied about saying the RIC border was gone.